Welcome back to Talk Game Tuesday. For the people that don't know me, host Solomon here with my mom.
What up, y'all? It's your girl Toya.
Oh yeah, man. Like I said, it's just Talk Game Tuesday. Like I said on every episode, for the people that don't know, this just our side show from the Be Different podcast where we just do a recap of all the things that going on in the sports world over the previous weekend. Y'all know y'all can listen to Talk Game Tuesday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, and anywhere else where you listen to your podcast. All at the Be Different podcast.
And y'all already know what to do. Follow us on our social media pages, Instagram @_Be Different Podcast, X @_Be Different Pod. On YouTube, like and subscribe to our channel, Be Different Podcast.
Oh yeah, man. But let's go ahead and get into today's episode of Talk Game Tuesday.
Yes, let's get it started. Let's talk about this. This was interesting to me. Start off with some women's basketball, college basketball.
Okay.
South Carolina player Camila Cardoso, their center.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that she wasn't from the United States.
I didn't know that neither. Where's she from?
Brazil.
Okay.
It says number one South Carolina had to do with our top scorer and rebounder Camila Cardoso for much of the first half against Mississippi on Sunday. They played Ole Miss Sunday.
Okay.
The Gamecocks will miss her for the next few games. Coach Don Staley said Cardoso is leaving to join the Brazilian national team for its Olympic qualifying event this week and will miss the Gamecocks' next two games at home against Missouri on Thursday night and number 11 UConn on February the 11th.
Okay. Starting off, shout out to her.
Yeah.
Because you're going to play for the living with your hometown.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Two, I feel like South Carolina be okay. Versus Missouri, they should be okay. But UConn, that's going to be a good game, though. But I feel like they'll be all right.
Yeah, I do
win
too.
Those games.
And Coach Staley, I mean, she was all for it. She said, we want the best players on our team. But sometimes the best players are the best players that represent another country.
Yep.
So, I mean, she knew that. And she also said when they recruited her, they told her if there was ever an opportunity for her to go be with her national team, go be with your national team.
Yeah.
And, you know, so they understood there was a possibility. And I like them for doing that.
Yeah, they understood what was going on and they didn't get mad about it. Like you said, she understood what was going on. Yep. But speaking of South Carolina, though, they've been on a hot streak.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Them girls going to win SEC.
So, but for this streak, they're 21-0 for this season, 40 straight regular season conference wins, 52-game home win streak. And I don't know why they got this one on here, but 19 straight wins versus Ole Miss.
Because they played them yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they played yesterday. But, hey, them girls, South Carolina.
Hey, South Carolina girls different.
Yeah.
Them girls over there are best on very be different type of girls over there.
Yes, they are. I love watching them play. Like, and LSU got a win. I think it was last night. They played Florida,
I think so, yeah.
So, shout out to them. They doing their thing. All women's sports. You got anything else?
For women, yeah, I do got something right about Jackson State.
What?
They undefeated in the SWAC. They women basketball team.
Okay.
Yeah, they beat Grambling. It said a day ago. Yesterday. They beat Grambling 71-63. Maya Crump was the player of the game. She had 19 points with 6 rebounds. And like I said, Jackson State Lady Tigers improved to 8-0 in SWAC play.
Hey, shout out to them. Lady Tigers of Jackson State. I didn't realize this until they were on TV the other day when we was in Georgia this weekend. Mo Williams is the coach at Jackson State.
Yeah, for that men basketball team. Hey, like I said, his son played down at Jackson Academy. I be seeing his highlights on Instagram and stuff.
Yep. So shout out to him. You know, Mo Williams, he won that championship with Braun in Cleveland. So I mean, shout out to him. I'm looking at the okay, here you go. I was looking at the AP Top 25 for women's basketball, and I was looking for LSU, and they number 13.
Number 13. Okay, we said that, though.
Yep. It's South Carolina, of course, Iowa, North Carolina State University, and Colorado. Them the top 4.
Okay.
Texas number 7. They 21-3.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw watching the Texas game the other night.
They
had beat Baylor's girl team. Y'all watching that? I was telling Papa about Madison Booker.
Yep, your grandma was telling me about that. UConn number 11, USC 10-8.
Okay, hey, Juju Walker, man, we talked about that on the last episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go watch that Be Different podcast, season 2, episode 11. Man, That girl, she balling.
That girl out there balling.
Man, we sat there and watched the highlight. She had 51 points.
And what Jalen said, the rest of the team
had
only
16
had like 16
points. They
points.
had 67 points.
Yeah, and she had 51. That girl had a game that night, man. That girl had a game. But anyway, you got anything else?
For what? College basketball?
A college sports period?
No, not for college sport. Well, let me see. For football wise, we got to get something for Bama in there. We all got to talk about Bama. But I saw this one thing say, huge shout out to what Kellen DeBoer has done so far. Hired 2 head coaches, hired the best offensive coordinator in America, hired a Big Ten coordinator, hired a Joe Moore winning offensive line coach, and retained Roach and Gillespie.
He down there. He
doing
doing what needs to be done.
Doing what it need to be done. Putting that coaching staff together.
Yeah, putting pieces in. That's what you have to do. Put these pieces in place.
I'm telling you, man, we got national championship coming next year. I'm
First
telling
year.
you, calling it already.
Solomon's way too early. National champion, football champion.
I'm telling you.
Prediction. But anyway, let's move on.
All right, we know we got to talk about it. We didn't talk about it Saturday, and everybody's been waiting on it.
It's Super Bowl week, y'all.
It's Super Bowl week, man. Super Bowl weekend is coming up this weekend.
You got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers.
Yep, and I know it's a neutral site, but the Kansas City Chiefs are the home team.
Who you gonna wait to Saturday to get your prediction?
I'm gonna wait to Saturday to get my predictions.
Okay, we can wait then. So both teams arrived in Vegas today, Monday today. I just saw some on ESPN. They was talking about the terrible field conditions, practice field conditions.
Man, they always trying to make excuses.
I know it.
I say, how about this? Let's just go. Let's bring it to down here in the South where we got real grass
Okay.
field. Let's see how they played in.
They hadn't, and I guess because it's so early, they hadn't released any people that are not playing that won't be eligible to play Sunday because of injury and anything.
Yeah,
they hadn't released that
they probably
yet.
won't release that till like Thursday. Maybe Friday.
So we'll talk about that on the podcast Saturday.
Yep.
Like I said, both teams arrived in Vegas today. Who Vegas bet? What's the odds?
I was about to tell you that the over and under is 47.5.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with. I don't know. I'm gonna say under. And I say that because the Chiefs barely been winning. The Chiefs been getting shut out in the second half.
Yeah, the Chiefs only been winning by what, field goals?
Exactly.
Yep.
When they played the Bills, what they had, 24?
It was
No, it was 31.
Yeah, 31, 33 or something like that. They only won by a field goal, I think, or 4 points.
No. I think the Chiefs had 31. I want to say, I think, but the Bills defense stopped them.
Yep.
Then when they played the Ravens, they only had 17 points.
And those all came in the first half.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. And the 49ers defense, I'm not gonna say their defense better than the Ravens defense, but it's way better than the Buffalo Bills defense. And then they can go tick for tat with the Ravens.
Yeah.
So I say under today. I don't see the Chiefs scoring a lot of points, but I don't really see the 49ers scoring a lot of points. See, I got it being like a 21-20 game type. Or
I was thinking 21-24.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I can see it being under that too. Who the favorites though? You said the over under. Who the favorite right now? And this is gonna change before Sunday.
I think the 49ers might be the favorites.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, the 49ers favorites.
Okay. Vegas betting on the Niners, huh?
Yep.
That's gonna be interesting.
That is gonna be interesting. I don't know. Like I said, I'm saving my predictions to Saturday on the podcast. Make sure y'all go listen to the next episode of the podcast to hear my prediction. But y'all let us know y'all prediction down in the comment who y'all got winning the Super Bowl. And all the 49er fans out there that listening, I know y'all listening.
Bang. Somebody commented bang on the
last one.
YouTube.
I'm gonna be quiet for right now, but y'all know.
I don't know. I still don't know who I want to pick yet. As the days go on.
You gonna get it together.
But right now, I don't know yet. I don't know. We gonna tell it.
Like
Saturday.
I said, I'm gonna tell mine Saturday. I know who I want to win. I know who I got. Yes.
Who? Which one?
I ain't gonna tell you.
I see you were gonna tell me.
But keeping on the 49ers though, I do have this one stat. The 49ers got the most playoff wins in NFL history.
For real?
They got 38. And behind that is the Patriots with 37. Green Bay have 37. Dallas has 36. And the Pittsburgh Steelers has 36.
And they got how many Super Bowls?
Who, the 49ers?
Mm-hmm.
What, 5?
5, something like that.
Something
5
like
or
that.
6, yeah. That's interesting to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got 5.
I was finna say something.
What you want to say?
Oh, the NBA. They're gonna announce the NBA awards this weekend.
How you gonna jump from NFL?
Not NBA, NFL.
NFL, yeah.
NFL awards this weekend.
Yeah, I know what you meant. But who you got win the MVP though?
I really hope Lamar gets it, but like I said on the podcast last week, I think because he lost that game, there was an excuse for them to come in the door and give it to Brock Purdy, which I don't think Brock Purdy deserves not one bit. If you don't give it to Lamar, I'd rather see you give it to Patrick Mahomes than Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I don't think Brock Purdy deserves it neither. He didn't have to do anything.
No, he didn't.
Like,
I mean,
yeah, you got to go out there and throw the ball, but look what you got around you. It's not that hard.
We keep saying that, but I really hope they get MVP to Lamar, and Rookie of the Year should be C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
Yep.
Offensive Player of the Year for me, like I said when we talked about on a previous episode of the podcast, Tyreek Hill. Yeah, got a receiver over 1,700 receiving yards. Can't ask for nothing more than that. With Defensive Rookie of the Year, I'm gonna ride with Will Anderson.
I think Will should get it.
Like I said, my Bama boy, but they might get to Jalen Carter though from the Eagles.
Yeah, and Defensive Player of the Year, I would like for Myles Garrett to get it, but like we said on the podcast, I can see them getting it to T.J. Watt.
Yeah, cause he got the lead in the sacks. Yep.
But if the NFL don't give Lamar MVP, we already know it's scripted. But it's, I mean,
yeah, they flipped the script on us though.
Yeah, they did when everybody was figuring out about the logo.
Yeah, they flipped it on us then.
Because I really did not think. I thought it was gonna be San Francisco, but I really didn't think Kansas City was gonna make it again. But again, like we keep saying, if you let Patrick Mahomes in,
you can't count him out.
You can't count him
out. You can't count Pat out though. That's one thing you can't. Regardless if it's scripted or not, Patrick Mahomes be out there playing.
Yeah,
that boy be out there playing. And Travis Kelce. Because speaking of them, I got another crazy stat. I just be having all these stats. We meant to talk about this Saturday, but Travis Kelce broke a playoff record the last playoff game when they played the Ravens.
What did he do?
He broke Jerry Rice. He passes Jerry Rice for most playoff receptions. Travis Kelce got 152 playoff receptions.
I like Travis Kelce. Mm-hmm. I really do. I really like him as a player, but I'm just tired of him and Taylor Swift. That's it. That's it. I like that podcast that he and his brother got. Yep. I mean, but out of him and his brother, I think his brother would be the coolest one to hang with though. Yeah. Cause like his brother like just laid back.
Just chill,
he an old country boy, you know.
Yeah, I get what you saying. I see where you coming from with that.
But I do enjoy their podcast, like I said, and I do like Travis, but I'm just tired of him in his personal business.
Yeah.
But that's a good accomplishment for him though.
Yep. You got anything else for football?
No, like I said, they really haven't released anything yet since, Super Bowl week just started today.
Yep.
And we didn't even talk about the Pro Bowl.
We forgot
about that.
Then. Nope. But shout out to everybody that made the Pro Bowl, though. All the players. I got a list of the rookie players that made it.
And it was like a flag football type thing.
Yeah, I like when they do it like that. That'll be fun. It'd be interesting to watch. The rookie Pro Bowl, like I said, C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson Jr., Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta, Puka Nacua, David Witherspoon, Brandon Aubrey, and Marvin Mims Jr. So shout out to all those guys that made it, the rookies, and all the vets that made it, and any other players that made it to the Pro Bowl, like you said.
And I think, didn't the NFC end up winning? I can't remember.
Whichever one Eli coached.
I don't know which one Eli coached, to be honest with you. I know him and Peyton coached, but I don't know which one they coached.
Mm-hmm. But before this last thing on football, though, I saw this on Facebook, and it's just a crazy stat to me. Tom Brady's record versus every NFL team.
What is it?
You want to know which one, like, which team did the worst?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Speaking of Tom Brady, while you're looking at that, today was the day, I can't remember how many years ago, when the Patriots came back and beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Speaking of the Falcons, okay, he's 11-1 versus the Falcons. I'm just gonna start from the beginning. He 31-8 versus the Jets, 33-3 versus the Bills, 24-12 versus the Dolphins. 16-4 versus the Colts. 9-9 versus the Broncos. 12-4 versus the Steelers. 8-6 versus the Kansas City Chiefs. 8-5 versus the Ravens. 10-2 versus the Chargers. Like I said, 11-1 versus the Falcons. He 8-4 versus Carolina Panthers. 7-5 versus the Saints. I can see that because him and Drew Brees going at it. 9-2 versus the Texans. 6-4 versus the LA Rams. 7-3 versus the Tennessee Titans. Everybody know that last time he lost to that time when he was with the Patriots. 7-2 versus the Bengals. 7-2 versus the Browns. 7-2 versus the Eagles. 6-3 versus the New York Giants. 8-1 versus the Jaguars. 7-1 versus the Cowboys. 5-3 versus Green Bay. 6-1 versus Chicago Bears. 5-2 versus the Lions. 6-1 to the Raiders. 5-2 to the Washington Redskins. 6-0 versus the Vikings. 3-2 versus my Seattle Seahawks. 2-2.
But one of them wins was the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. I'm just saying everybody know that.
2-2 to the 49ers. 4-0 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2-1 to the Arizona Cardinals. And this one right here is crazy.
What?
Because he only played them one time and he beat them.
What?
Which team? I haven't seen it.
Did you say Tampa Bay? Yeah.
I'm going to let you think about it. It's going to be the most obvious one, too.
New York Giants.
I said that.
Buffalo Bills.
I said that.
Wait a minute. So to Florida. Jacksonville.
Said that.
Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
You said the Saints.
Nah, this the easy one, too. She gonna be so mad when she don't get it.
Texans, the Saints, Chargers. Which division they in? Packers, Minnesota. I'm going through the ones you said. San Francisco.
It's so easy. He only played it one time. And it's the reason why he played him only one time.
The Patriots.
Exactly. He 1-0 versus the Patriots. Played him one time.
The Patriots tore you, dog.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember when he was with the Bucks and he played the Patriots. I do remember that. That's crazy. Hey, that's why he the GOAT. That's why he the GOAT.
Yeah. But, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to say this for Saturday. I'm going to say, because this is about the Super Bowl, I'm going to say this for Saturday. Never mind. I got another football step, but I'm going to save it, though.
You got anything else for football?
Nah, we good with football. That's all I got.
All right, let's move on to the NBA, the National Basketball Association.
Yep.
I know we announced the players for the All-Star games, but they announced the coach. Or did we announce the coaches?
No, we announced the reserves last week.
Okay. The coaches for the West, the coach is Chris Finch. He's the Minnesota Timberwolves coach.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I don't know how they decided who's gonna be the coach this year because
I think they do it based off records.
The best record in each conference.
Because the other one, the West is Doc Rivers, bro.
The East,
yeah.
It gotta be because why did you select that? I really think Doc Rivers should have been ineligible to be the All-Star coach.
Exactly, because he just got hired as a coach. He just got
there, so he really hadn't done anything to get the team to have the best record in the East, but he is the coach for the West Eastern Conference All-Star game, which is crazy to me.
And man, boy, I tell you.
All right, let's the other night the Grizzlies played the Celtics, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Grizzlies had 13 players out due to injury.
I saw that, bro. Like, that is wild to me because there's no way you telling me they can't co-sign no players in the G League, bro.
And like this goes back to their women's TCU basketball team.
Exactly.
The Grizzlies are a professional organization. You like you said, G League. I mean, that the players that they had available for that game were Luke Kennard, David Roddy, Scottie Pippen Jr., Gigi Jackson, Jacob Gilyard, Matthew Hurt, Trey Jemison, and Tucson Evan. I don't even know who that is. Evan Bayum. He signed a 10-day contract.
Again, they gonna get some players out the G League, but that's on their G League team.
Yeah, that's
crazy. Because if
his
players at G League that's averaging 30 points a game.
Exactly. They could ball with these players, but they don't want to do it. But let's talk about this controversy in the NBA that they got going on.
What they got?
I get, yeah, I shouldn't say it's a controversy, but it is a controversy. So, you know, at the start of the season, the NBA implemented a new rule.
Mm-hmm.
And this new rule could change a lot of stuff.
Okay, what's the new rule?
The league's rule put in place in October state that players will be ineligible for major individual awards like MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and all NBA honors among them if they fail to play in at least 65 games. 65 game rule is 80% of the 82 regular season games. And it says the larger player
Hold on, it's 60. You said how many?
80%.
Okay.
Of the 82 game regular season.
Okay.
So, midway through this season, 2023 MVP Joel Embiid has missed 13 games and can only miss 4 of the 76ers remaining 35 contests to stay eligible for MVP.
Yeah, I know that's over with. Then
Old. It's old, yeah, because of what else we gonna talk about with him? Yeah,
you know
this
what I'm saying?
is
That's
old.
over with. Yeah,
This is old, but yeah, well, it says 3 days ago. So, Pacers All-Star Tyrese Halliburton was out with a hamstring injury and has missed 13 games.
Mm-hmm.
Missing 4 more games will prevent him from getting the contract amount that comes with making an All-NBA team in a 4th NBA season. A difference of $41 million.
No, that's wild, bro.
He finna miss out on $41
That's what I'm
million.
saying.
And this is what Tyrese had to say about it. He says, I think it's a stupid rule, like plenty of the guys in the league, but this is what the owners want. So as players, we got to do our job and play in 65 games if we're able to.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid said this. The goal is to be ready for the playoffs. If I can't meet the criteria of 65 games, as long as I'm ready to be dominant in that time in April, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
So basically, he's saying, you know,
it is what it is.
I gotta do what I gotta do.
But I understand what Tyrese saying though, cause he missing out on money,
Yeah,
bro. That's
$41 million.
That's what I'm saying. That's how he provide for his family, bro.
Yes.
Like y'all can't be doing that. Now that's. Yes, you want to be healthy, but he out there risking his body every time he out there playing.
Exactly. And some other notable players that have missed some games. Jimmy Butler has missed 15 games. Mm-hmm. Donovan Mitchell 9, Devin Booker 9. So I mean, they right there on the cusp of not being able to do it too.
That's why I got Shea winning MVP though, because he only missed 1 game.
And Joe Dumars, who is the NBA executive vice president of head of basketball operations, he said that they have not talked about changing the rule. They still think it's a good rule, and that basically players better just stay healthy, pretty much. But you know who started this rule? Who made the NBA come out with this rule though?
Who?
Kawhi Leonard.
Yep.
Back in the day with the load management stuff.
Him.
He is the one who started making the NBA do this. Yep. I mean, so kind of like they can not blame him, but when he was with the Spurs and taking off all those games and stuff for load management, that's because think about it. If they were playing, say, when he was with the Spurs, that's in the West, and say they was playing a team in the East, like back then the 76ers weren't dominant. They only gonna play him 1 time in the season, and fans done spent their money to come see Kawhi Leonard, but he ain't playing because of load management. That's crazy, you know.
You can't be doing
the
that.
The NBA was losing money because people were saying, you know, what I'm gonna spend my money for if the superstars ain't playing.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So, but anyway, that's gonna be interesting.
They're gonna be interesting to see. They're gonna have to change their rule for real, cause like you said, he missing out on money, but the NBA don't want to miss out on their money neither though.
Yeah, that's true.
So them players are gonna have to just stay healthy.
Yep. But speaking of injuries in NBA, Joel Embiid, this was a couple of days ago. It says Joel Embiid will undergo a procedure to repair a left meniscus injury this week, a team official said. A recovery timeline is expected after the procedure, but expectation is that he will miss an extended period of time.
Well, prayers out to you.
But they let you know he want to be MVP
right there.
Yeah,
but he said though he just want to be ready for playoff time.
Yeah.
He said he want to be ready when it matters.
And it also says that the door isn't closed on an Embiid return this season, but there will be a clear idea on a timeline once the procedure is completed and they done been in and looked at it and see what's actually going on.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So, like I said, prayers out to him for speedy recovery, but he want to be back when it matter in crunch time.
in the playoffs,
Yep.
and that is really what matters, you know. But
Yep.
something else we hadn't talked about that's been going on.
What?
Ben Simmons made his return.
Hey, Ben Simmons and came back and been hooping though.
I think he's out again now. But about 2 weeks ago, maybe he made his return, and he was hooping.
Ben Simmons been hooping,
He
bro.
was hooping, yeah. So shout out to him for being able to make a comeback. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I'm one of them people that thought he wasn't gonna come back.
Yeah, for real.
So,
but I know we talked about the All Stars last week, but you know how Jalen had said that Trae Young wasn't an All Star.
Yeah,
I knew he was right about that, but that's crazy to me though.
Yeah,
look at this. All right, Trae Young last season, his stats, he averaged 26.2 points per game and 10.2 assists a game. No All-Star. This season, he is averaging 27 points per game with 11 assists per game. No All-Star.
it's all about the money, and I think Trae Young is an All-Star.
Exactly. He's been playing like an All-Star, so ain't no way you telling me he's not an All-Star.
And that's a big snub. But
a huge snub.
In the East, I'm trying to think who would I have replaced him with, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, when I say this, I know I'm finna get a lot of hate.
I know what you about to say, 'cause I'm finna say the same thing.
I'm talking about replacing a starter.
Me too. Damian Lillard.
Yep, that's exactly.
I already knew you was going with it.
What I was finna say.
Being honest, Dame, stat wise, he got some good looking stats, but honestly, Dame really haven't been showing me anything. Like besides the other night, I'm gonna be honest, when him and Giannis combined for 78 points, when I was telling you about when they played the Mavericks.
Yep.
But I mean that game, yeah, he went crazy. But overall in the season, Dame really haven't been that Dame like you always hearing about. You always see him knocking down 8 threes a game, 30 points, game winning shots, all this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. So, but I could make a good argument that Trae Young could have replaced Dame on the All-Star team, because I don't know. And then another snub out the West, though. I think De'Aaron Fox, he should have been an All-Star.
Yep. But it just you know it just
all about the money.
Yeah.
All about the money.
I wonder who votes on that though. 'Cause sometimes I let the fans do it.
Yeah, it's a combination of fans and coaches.
Yeah,
I think LeBron and Giannis both had the top 2 fan votes in each conference. That's why they're the captains. But anyway, you got anything else
for NBA?
Yep, or anything.
I got this right here. It says Lewis Hamilton's recent agreement with Ferrari will see him surpass the combined earnings of Steph Curry and LeBron James this year. The 7-time Formula One champion is set to become the highest paid driver, as his new deal will see him earning over $100 million annually. Excuse me. Ferrari won the latest Formula One championship in 2007. It say he making $100 million, and Steph Curry and LeBron James combined making $99.5 million.
And he making it driving cars.
Driving cars
really, really fast. Hey, but shout out to him,
He getting that bag.
He definitely getting that bag. You got anything else?
You got our Black History fact for this episode?
I forgot about it, but I know a Black History fact.
I got one. Well, I sent you one. But
go ahead.
Go ahead and say what you about to say.
You said you sent me one.
I did. Oh, well, I go ahead and say it, y'all. Since she be getting on me about my quote on the podcast, I'm getting on her now. But she said,
wait a minute. Before you do that, we forgot to talk about Russ.
I was just looking at that. Go ahead and tell them then.
Russ Westbrook is the only guard in the NBA with 25,000 points, 8,000 rebounds, and 8,000 assists. Mm-hmm. But that don't surprise me, though, because you remember he had those averaging them triple-doubles.
Yeah, when they went on that run, them 3 seasons. Mm-hmm. But like I said, with the Black History fact, Toy said on the last episode of the podcast, we're gonna start. Since it's Black History Month, we're gonna have a Black History fact for every episode that we post this month.
I already know what you gotta say. I got it now.
Go ahead then.
Okay, the Black History fact for this week, Top Game Tuesday. 8 As we watch Caitlin Clark score at a crazy rate, Mississippi Valley's own Patricia Hoskins still holds the record for the best points per game average in a season at 33.6. So shout out to you, Miss Patricia Hoskins from Valley down there in Itabena.
Oh yeah, hey, she averaging 33, pretty much 34 points a game.
Yeah,
Hey, that's tough there for real. Ain't nobody. It's hard to top that.
Yeah, that's a be different type of woman for sure, for sure.
Yep, but you got anything else for this episode of Talk Game Tuesday?
No, I think that's about it, y'all. We gonna give our Super Bowl prediction Saturday. Well, wait a minute, I might not be here Saturday, y'all. We don't know yet. Y'all know we have crazy schedules, basketball schedules, work schedules. Y'all know.
Yeah, we having a lot going on.
Y'all know. But hey, speaking of basketball, let's go be great, Chieftains, boys and girls.
Yeah.
The boys play tomorrow. That's why we recording tonight at 5:30 in West Union against Barterman. It's division tournament.
Yeah. Y'all make sure y'all come out and support the girls and the boys. Like she said, the girl will play Thursday night. They'll play the winner of Hochul and Smithville girls.
That's right.
I don't have the exact time, though.
They play at 7.
Okay.
They play at 7. Y'all win tomorrow. Y'all play at 8:30 Thursday. So shout out to both boys and girls teams. Like I said, y'all gonna be great. And fans, we gonna stay safe traveling up and down these roads.
Yep.
So until next time, I'm Toya.
I'm Solomon.
Remember, be different.
Peace. That was another episode of Top Game Tuesday. Make sure to listen and download Top Game Tuesday along with the Be Different podcast on Saturday at 2 o'clock on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify, and anywhere else where you listen to your podcast, all at the Be Different podcast.
As always, you can follow us on our social media pages, Instagram at _Be Different Podcast, Twitter at _Be Different Pod. Make sure to go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, Be Different Podcast.